big welcome to you to our Philippine Textile Conference, Teleserye 2015. We are excited to have you all join us today. This event actually was inspired by the stakeholders conference that we had last year. Some of you may remember we had some of you come over to visit with us over a 2-month period, and we received such favorable responses, such exciting response from the community of stakeholders that we said, let's just do one stakeholders conference for 2015. In conceiving Teleserye, we were of course working with a play of words. As most of you may know, tela means web or plate. It is actually derived from a Latin word texere, which means construct with elaborate care, to weave or to plait. We in the Philippines know it as fabric, tela, something that we use for wearing. We use it for clothing, also for home furnishings, also for gift items. For us at PTRI, tela is an acronym for Textiles Empowered Lives Anew.
I'm privileged to you this morning as you convene the Textile Stakeholders Conference with the title Tela Serye, Kahapon, Ngayon, Bukas. Philippine Textile of the Future Today. Firstly, allow me to extend my warmest greetings to the Philippine Textile Research Institute on their 48th founding anniversary. Secondly, let me express my deepest gratitude to our friends and collaborators in the textile and garments manufacturing industry, in the academy, and our fellow government officials who are able to come here today. Your presence gives us the confidence we are not alone in our continuous plight in making sure Philippine textile is poised to accept the challenges that the One ASEAN economic integration will bring. This conference timed the month of January in celebration of our Philippine Tropical Fabrics Month, because an appropriate occasion to bring together various players and stakeholders in the textile, garments, and allied sectors. I hope that as you put your hearts and minds together, you may find strategies that will further improve and strengthen our Philippine textile. The Institute increasingly active partnership with all stakeholders sector have been invaluable in bridging public awareness and interest in Philippine textile. The convergence of culture and science always results to a significant improvement in the quality and productivity of our textile products, for example. In our neo-ethnic fabrics, I believe that with this union of traditions and scientific technologies, our product will find their very own niches to effectively compete in the high-value added sector. In the same vein, the Science Committee boasts a breakthrough research for the textile industry in developing smart textile, photocatalytic indigenous fiber-based materials that have functionalities such as self-cleaning, UV protection, and antimicrobial properties. Cecil mentioned about teleserye earlier. I'd like to discuss about bukas, preparing the future today. We in UST identified several technology megatrends, and this will shape our future of the textile, including textile industry. Our future as a society, and also in particular the textile industry. And we always look at productivity from end to end. Now let's talk with element mentioned ko yung mga kabaka. Even up to now, maybe we have the monopoly of all the baka that the world uses, but we are still the raw material suppliers. Anyway, we have mentioned kanina about megatrend. One of the megatrend identified in our UST is genomics. One of the problem about is meron silang fungus or either specific pangalan pa yan disease. But because of genomics, we're able to find a DNA marker for disease resistant planting material ng abaka. So we start first with planting materials ng abaka to find disease resistant, more productive abaka planting materials, and we are using genomics. From the planting material, we have to go to improvement of how to grow abaca. Eventually, how to harvest. To be able to develop your equipment, homegrown equipment that will enable us to improve how to harvest abaca. Eventually, we have to process that into fiber. But even before processing into fiber, we identified another technology mega trend, and this is nanotechnology. With nanotechnology, we can make the fiber that only improve, gain functionalities. Earlier we mentioned it for antimicrobial, it could be UV for UV protection, it could be self-cleaning, it could be others. It could make our fiber cooler, it could retain heat. So this is the fiber in the future. Another not necessarily technology mega trend, but the future is the interest in tropical fibers, in natural fibers. It's already given. Everybody looks for natural fibers. Everybody is looking for natural dyes, natural coloring dyes. So this is the future. Everybody will be interested in natural fiber. Now, aside from nanotechnology is the niche manufacturing. Most probably, I'm not sure, but the mass production talaga is way na. It becomes flexible manufacturing. It becomes smart manufacturing, niche manufacturing.
So I said, my name is Chuck Lazaro, and I've been in the industry for the past 3 decades, 31 years to be exact. I started in the industry since 1984. It gives me a great pleasure to share my experience in the Philippine textile industry, how it was before, and how it evolved through the years. Of course, everybody knows it hasn't been a smooth sail for the industry. Manufacturing and business challenges arose not only from individual company difficulties, but also because of society and global economic changes.
For the past years, we have seen the retail landscape in the Philippines grew by leaps and bounds. I'm sure everybody has witnessed how people were crazy about the opening of H&M. Where people lined up, how many days before it actually opened? Waited 4 hours before they can get in, get the bragging rights of being the first one to enter the store.
Okay, what we're doing is we started this project way back, and I also worked with PTRI way back, concerning the natural fiber in the Philippines. Do you know we are one country that is loaded with so much of natural fiber, but nobody is doing anything onto it. So I should say, you know, my company was the first one to look into it. And we look into it, and we're very, people who knows and people who have seen what we have done, they were very happy about it, and they were very much interested in it, you know. And out of nowhere, you know, Dr. Carmen Hinojosa came out, and he was brought by PTRI over to my office and said, yeah, I'd like to introduce to you this person, you know, for the two of us. We are developing the natural fiber, and this is a woman who loves natural fiber, especially piña. So we were introduced. Then from that day onward, we started working on piña fiber. And up to now, it's already 8 years. So finally, last December 12, we launched the introduction of another fiber to the textile industry, that is the Philippine Piñatex. Piñatex is a piña textile.